Memoir Writers. Here we are in week 6 of writing a memoir. And let's talk about characters. And I'd like to talk about them in relationship to a book I just finished reading for my book club. We read Remarkably Bright Creatures. Not a memoir, completely fictional. But I thought, why was this book so popular? To be honest with you, it wasn't the most beautifully written book. It wasn't that the plot was that astounding. It was very nicely written, a nice, easy read. But the character of the octopus, Marcellus, is what made the book so especially engaging. Yes, one of the main characters is an octopus. And what can we learn about this as memoir writers? And I think one of the things that we could learn is that you want your readers, to really relate to and like some of your characters. And that doesn't mean that they're perfect. Marcellus wasn't perfect. But one of the things that Marcellus had was agency. Despite being locked up in an aquarium, he had some agency, ability to not only see and understand some of what's going on around him, but to escape the boundaries of his aquarium. So there's both the Achilles heel that he can't stay out of the water long, and the agency that we admire, and the spunkiness that he gets out and he finds some extra treats and has some journeys. I think one of the other thing is that works really well for this is that Marcellus, every chapter that he begins, he tells you the dates of his captivity, and you're made aware of his lifespan. So there's a dramatic effect here that happens. And as we start to slowly learn the backstory of Marcellus, we get to know him, and our affection for him and our concerns for him keep growing throughout the memoir. And that's a good thing for a memoirist to understand, is to make sure that they're not only developing themselves as a character, but that these secondary characters are well developed, and we learn to care and understand about some secondary characters, even when they're antagonists. Often in memoir, people are writing memoirs because there's some drama and difficulties in our lives. And that drama and difficulty doesn't have to all be dumped, in one great big backstory. It can come over time that we learn the secondary characters better. Because if we write a memoir that is simply, it's a miracle I survived, everyone treated me terribly. I think that's a memoir that sometimes people think that that's the memoir to write, how they're just a survivor. But the characters that we're writing about are multifaceted, and very few of them are all bad. We want to make sure we capture all the sides. And this octopus certainly has lots of different characteristics that make us love and support him. He's almost a little grouchy. And for some reason, we like that. So if you have characters that have funny quirks, or even though you want to present them as the antagonist, make sure that you get the whole side of them. And I think revealing their special abilities and special blind spots, Achilles heels, their relationship with others, the way they think, their inner conflicts, as they move throughout life. It's important that you develop those for your main character and for all those secondary characters. And I would suggest a fun read is Remarkably Bright Creatures. I'll have the link below to a way to access buy the book if you'd like to, and to learn more about our memoir course. And perhaps you would like to write your memoir with us. Thanks for now. We'll see you next week.